song with my family band, the Highsmiths, This Old Truck. I want to tell everybody I've missed being on there with everybody with the reel, but here we are coming back. A little bit different times that's going on currently in our beautiful country. It seems like we have a guy that's in the political office that is not delivering on the promises that he made. I remember in a campaign they were running that they would wipe out student debt. No. They ran a campaign on the pandemic and how it's just been the worst thing to ever happen to America. But at the border, they're allowing in people who might have COVID-19 on their catch and release policies. That's the thing, and I'll be honest, it absolutely, completely pisses me off that in our lifetime and everything that's been going on, that for the last 2 years or just over the last 6 years, it's actually been a nightmare. Okay, and I'll give you the reason why I think it is, why all the immigration is at the border. And on that note about immigration, look at the pictures. They're walking with cell phones and in flip flops. Give me a break. Okay, you're talking about that's 2,177 miles or 2,200 miles from, just say, from Panama. And these people are walking 45 miles a day in flip flops, barefooted, carrying kids on their shoulders. So yeah, you actually got to call, bull crap on all, But anyways, those are the things that we're seeing. So you have to take time to think, So for the last 6 years, we've been through pandemics and immigration and different types of, diseases and pandemics coming at us, and now we're being told to take a vaccine for something with a survivability rate that's, chances are you're going to be hit by a meteorite than anything else. If it comes down to something that's going to kill you. So it's been hard. Most of America has been affected financially. Small businesses have been crushed. But all the while, large corporate entities, world corporate entities, have become very, very, well, they were already wealthy before the beginning. So that it's amazing. If you look at just the world's richest man, he doubled his worth during this pandemic. He doubled his worth. Most of us in our life don't know what it's like to be worth, $1 million, much less 100 billion. That's a billion, $100 billion. So just think about that. Just think about that just for a little bit. Okay. So we can only hope that the righteousness of the world, that our faith in Jesus Christ, our Lord, will give us the ability to make it through it all. And I think it will. Now, as in the immigration, I was telling you earlier, when you look at those pictures, you see everybody with cell phones, iPhones, Androids, walking in their Nikes, their makeup, their clothes are clean, dirty, pressed shirts, and such like that. And they walked 45 miles a day, which, by the way, is impossible. Okay, some people can do it. I don't think anybody can do it personally, but it's 45 miles. So they covered 45 miles a day just to get here, just in time for the Joe Biden's right after the inauguration. Okay, a lot of people have been freaking out when they have seen the pictures on the media showing the National Guard surrounding the fence in Washington, D.C. Okay. Well, if you look closer at a lot of pictures, and a lot of people who have been in Washington, D.C. putting up videos, okay? Putting up videos of what's actually going on. So, maybe that fence was put in to keep people in. To keep people from getting out versus getting in, okay? You have too many people, as we call that, are, just foot shoulders out on the ground, out there, videotaping, using every means at their disposal so we can get the information, because you're not getting it from mainstream news. But, go figure, right? Go figure. So, anyways, they're getting the videos and showing that, the White House is just, there's nobody there. You see maintenance staff, ground staff, that's just about it. Just like the other day, it showed the current press saying that they're doing live from the Rose Garden. But I will tell you this right now, I've seen footage from people from multiple vantages during that exact same time. They're playing on the television right there in front of them, and they're filming from their balconies and from the top of buildings. And guess what? There's nobody in the Rose Garden. So it goes just to tell you something, okay? Just the deceitfulness of the things that are going on in this world. And with that said, I told everybody in the past with the real, when we first started the show last year, that, prepare yourselves for certain things that may not be real. Okay. They just may not be real. When you watch your favorite television shows, or you go to the movie theater and you watch the Avengers or anything like that. And I'm not promoting the guy who was the director of the Avengers, very sick puppy. But what I am saying is that's called green screen work. We're currently on it. This is not a flag behind me. It's a green wall in a studio with lights. Okay. So maybe everything you're seeing on TV is probably not really true. Okay. Some things are, but for the vast majority of the time that what you're watching, it is to program you at 100% to their narrative. And that narrative is that you will do what they're going to say. Be to the great state of Texas, our Governor Abbott, got some solid rocks going, and took away that mask mandate. Okay, you shouldn't have a mandate on anything. I mean, I guess in some things, but even states on the mask, they do not work. It's right there on the labeling of the mask, and allowed everybody to open their businesses up. Okay. Because the corporate crushing of the small guy, I think, is really coming to an end. Because what they don't understand, we outnumber them by the billions. And we'll quote Donald Trump, the billions. So we do have to say if we band together. A lot of people feel like they're alone in these times, but if they look across the street or the person sitting next to them, they will find out that they're not alone. These have been some hard, miserable times for all of us, but I can promise you this, that the light is at the end of the tunnel. The light is at the end of the tunnel. You can even go back and I'll give you a little story about the Alamo. The men that fought at the Alamo, they believed in something, okay? They believed in freedom. They no longer wanted to be underneath an oppressive dictator. So they banded together in a small mission, and at that time, a village in Texas. Okay. They gave their lives. Defending, knowing that there was no way out. Then a young man left the Alamo one day, and he took a message, and he made sure that General Sam Houston received it. And at that time, that young man was a hero. He thought he was alone, but just by the letter that he carried, an entire state became the Republic of Texas. So remember, you're not alone. There is people to the side of you, in front of you, around you, who are taking care of you, who believe that their freedom is just as important as yours. We spend too much time in the world watching what's going on TV and them telling us what we need to believe. I tell you what, by the flag that you can see behind me and by God above, that is not true. Believe that sometimes the silent majority has already taken control. You cannot expect all the wars that we have fought over the past 5 decades, 6 decades, 7 decades since World War II. Okay, there's a lot of ex-military that has come out and that has joined together and said that enough's enough. You have to believe that there is true hope. That the United States military, our president, and God above have united and brought the righteous sword. Just real quick, I got to do a little message for my sponsor. I'd like to thank Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry for making it possible for Society Network to be able to produce the show, The Real with Mel Highsmith. Many shows are coming on down there, but Lakeside Pawn, if it wasn't for that little business in that historic and original spot, Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry, this would not be possible. So a huge shout out to the staff over there. We love you. You do great things for the community, and you've been there for everybody. So whether you just want to talk or you want to come in and buy that ring for your significant other, or you just want to just stop in and just browse around, come on down to 2001 North 281, Marble Falls, Texas. All the staff there would be glad to help you because they have a saying. We have a saying here at Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry. Come on down where you expect our great service. So that'd be 830-693-5626, 2001 North 281, Marble Falls, Texas. Thank you to our sponsor once again. So, just back to the whole thing. A lot of us have felt like that we're alone. And we're not. Okay? Sometimes when you're alone, just like I was saying earlier, right before the little break for the sponsorship, there's somebody sitting beside you, in front of you, around you, that has heard your cries. Okay? As a community, if we all band together and believe that we can change at the local level, the change does begin at the local level. When you got to look in the morning, look at yourself in the morning, in the mirror. Yeah, you got to see the change because it does start with us. The vast majority of us are morally grounded, and we don't have the same mental impediments as some of the really sick scumbags in this world who believe that hurting children is okay. The vast majority of Americans, and many polls are asked, what's the most important thing to them today, right now? And they say it's the pandemic against our children. I can tell you this, that no longer our children are going to be preyed upon the evilness of this world. You may get away with this today, but we have banded together to stop these monsters once and for all. Hashtag save our children. Because if you don't make the stand now for your own children and their friends and the kids across the lands of this beautiful planet of ours, they will devour them and take from them what's left of their future, for they've already stolen ours. Can we all believe in a world where all of us truly are equal? Because in the media society that we're in, they constantly spit out all the stuff about racism and all that. I'll tell you right now, with my hand over my heart, Mel Highsmith here does not know what that is. I love all people. And the most important thing to me is see the smile upon a child's face, knowing that he might have a future. So I'm asking you now, yes, this is a media program, but I'm asking you right now, do you believe the stuff you're watching on that mainstream media is doing you any good, but keeping you angry and mad at the world? So that's where I was talking earlier, that in the mirror every single morning, that's the change you got to do. You got to be able to change what you're taking in visually into your eyes. You can walk around every day with a Bible in your hand saying, I got the Lord in my heart. But here's the thing. It's what you take in with your eyes. We all take in wickedness and evil every single day. When we get up, that's when you cast it off when you're in front of the mirror. Everybody's been waiting for their stimulus checks. Everybody should thank President Donald Trump because he left a large pile of cash for another stimulus for us. Okay? Do they really think that any of that money is going to go overseas? Not one bit. Not one bit. A lot of people say, no, Mel, you're wrong on this. No, I'm not wrong. You know why? Because I did my research. I suggest that you do it too. Because if you can't do your research, you have no reason to criticize what I'm saying. No reason. Dear Lord. So with all the things that are going on in this world, I just also got to hope that it's talking about the children is always hard for me. It tears me up. That's why I had to take a hiatus from the reel, was because of my support for saving the children from these scumbag monsters that are in this world. I mean, they need to go to the gallows. But I had to take things because it was tough on me. I have kids and grandkids, and I look at them and I see in their eyes that I know the only future that I have to carry on my name and who I am is through them. And so it was very brutal on me. So that's one of the reasons I had other shows to do. This is not the only show that's produced by Society Network. So get up in the morning every day, look in the mirror, and try to change yourself. Okay? Try to change yourself. I'm going to be better. I'm going to walk out that door, and if I see something wrong, I'm going to do something about it. It doesn't mean go hurt anybody, anything like that. But it's about making a difference. Because if we all make a difference, little pieces of differences, making that difference, even if it's confetti, can fill a bucket. It can make a difference. It's just like everybody getting together and praying for somebody to heal. And then lo and behold, they're healed. Why is that possible? Why is that possible? It's the collective consciousness of us all. If joined together, we can have utopia. It says it right there in the good book, with a lot of books left out of it because they didn't want us to read it. Because the Vatican has literally not done its job anymore. If you get rich off your people who are believing in you and look for you for hope, shame on you. So before I get out of here today, okay, I just want to tell you, you can check out all the shows for Society Network. That's www.societyradio.com, www.societynetwork.net. You can find us on Facebook at Society Network. You can find us at Texas Music Life, the Greater Marble Falls Live Music Society, and Society's networks itself. Oh, and Homegrown After Dark. I want to thank our sponsor, Lakeside Pawn and Jewelry, once again. Without your patronage, this would not be possible. Huge shout out to Ray's R Bar, May Your Music Get Kickin', Brass Hall. Both these places on 3rd Street, Marble Falls, Texas. Glad to see you up and swinging. Shout out to everybody at the BFW. We love y'all. And once again, love your children. # save our children. Okay, so subscribe to my YouTube page. You can find me at BitChute. No, I don't want to even talk about that channel. It's actually one of those secret ones. You have to find it. But the American flag, just with no writing on it, should tell you everything. Just real quick prayer. We'll get out of here. Let's do it. Dear Father, heavenly above, please give the strength to the men, women, and children of your creation. Dear Lord, give us the power to shine our light like a mighty sword and shield in the darkness for the children who have been abandoned and stolen from the lives of righteous people. Dear Lord, bring your vengeance, your sword, and give us the guidance to stand against the army of darkness. And in your name, amen. Okay, let's finish this episode out with a little bit of a solo. And remember, God above, America, and our hearts. We can win this, and here's a solo from this old truck.
the real, y'all.